Hi, my name is Lauren Cutchen, and I'm a real estate agent with the Launch Realty Group at CB&A Realtors. I'm based out of the Woodlands, Texas, and I've been a featured agent on the Bigger Pockets platform for the last 2 years. I've met dozens of investors, and I hope that this presentation kind of helps get an idea about who I am, my investing experience, as well as who I've helped with their portfolios as well. If we're a good fit, I hope that you reach out and we have a connection. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in Conroe, Texas. I have an undergraduate degree and a master's degree in epidemiology from Texas A&M University. I had a brief few-year stint over in Oklahoma before returning back to Texas. I've had my real estate license since 2017 and back in Texas in 2021. We are business owners and own a franchise called OsteoStrong. It's a health and wellness center in the Woodlands, Texas. A little bit about my investing journey. I guess it started back in about 2012, where we purchased our first property. We had a roommate, otherwise, Bigger Pockets want to dub that as house hacking. And we've also built a custom home. We've rented that property out. We've sold property. We've invested in a new construction home for our children's future. More on that later. And we've also acquired a subject to property in 2023. So I've dabbled in a little bit of few areas. I have definitely my own interest in pursuing, and happy to talk about that a little bit more in depth. And because my interest is real estate investing and I have a real passion for serving others, I thought that this would be a good intentional career to be more investor focused and helping my investor clients achieve their goals. So, this really does mean very long term relationships that I'm seeking here because I do think that in order to work together, we grow together, we build that trust together, and maybe one day we'll actually partner together too. And that's just, we have to start somewhere. And I really hope to create this community of investors and others in the real estate industry to really grow our businesses together. And whatever your big why is, I hope to help you achieve that because we all have a pretty similar story about what our big why is, and mine's to leave a legacy for my children. I think that the more we get to know each other, the better our outcome is for achieving our goals. I can't just be a real estate agent. I am more challenged to level up and analyze the market, analyze deals, and analyze properties of with all sorts of strategies. I am a really big nerd when it comes to making sure that these properties fit within your goals and align with the strategy, and that we also have different exit strategies with them too. Um, I also really, really believe that as iron art sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Straight from the Bible, and that's where I really am at. I really want to help you, and I think that in turn, it's going to help me as well in the long term as well. So it's going to be a good relationship, and I hope that that's something that you can also appreciate and connect on. On this slide, I just wanted to share with you some of the strategies that I've helped my clients with. Long-term rentals, flip properties, short-term rental, house hacking, using a VA loan and capitalizing on that. House hopping has been a strategy, is something that I've kind of dubbed. I'm not sure what Bigger Pockets has termed that yet, but it's essentially like buying a property as soon as possible each and every year if you can. I've helped with a 1031 exchange. And I've done so, all of these methods, with finding properties on the market, as well as the networks that I've created with my relationships with wholesalers, other investors, and other agents as well. I've had some of these off-market properties come onto my desk, and it's really because of how I foster these relationships and how I network and grow with them. And so I do intentional connections, and I do want to come from a place of being helpful and service. And I believe that in turn, it has come back and helped me and my clients achieve their goals and finding what they're looking for. Um, I have yet to do and help a client with a BRRRR strategy. I'm very familiar with how to analyze that. But if that is something that is interesting to you, please reach out. I would love to help scratch that one off the list too, as a strategy that I've helped a client implement. The second one I haven't done is medium term rentals. I definitely see a market here in the Woodlands for that. So just call me if you're interested in something like that. All in all, I think that with these last few years, I've closed over 12 million in volume. And still have contracts pending. So I am just really thrilled at how I've been able to grow my client base, grow my connections with my investors, and grow the networks that are most meaningful for my investors to help find those properties. I wanted to share this slide with a couple of feedback that I got from clients over the last year or so now, because their stories were so different, and we have no contract ever looks alike. And so it's always important to have an agent that understands the contract in terms of what you're going for and essentially solve the problems to get to the closing table. Um, Priscilla was a flipper and interviewed several agents before asking me to represent her. And this was challenging to, number one, get the listing price exactly what you wanted for comps, for the appraisal to come out so that the buyer can take out that loan. And you want to get your client the top dollar. Well, this was a fun story because the appraisal came back at just only $200 more than the listing price. So we really stretched out how much we could have asked for this property. Second of all, this was a challenging transaction because the buyer had a lot of needs. And remembering that this was a flipped property, just about every single thing was inspected by the city and county throughout the process. So having an agent that can solve problems is really essential to getting you to the closing table. So we did, and happy buyer and happy client. So thank you for leaving that review, Priscilla, because I'm looking forward to working with you again in the future. And then Anthony, far different story because he was an out of state investor and it was his first time to purchase a buy and hold property. And he researched his market areas that he wanted to pursue, and Houston was one of them. And so we met through Bigger Pockets and got to know each other over a couple of months. And after dozens of deals that we were analyzing, we kept coming up short. And I saw this property come up in Conroe, and it was not in his target area. And I said, you need to pursue this property. I'm telling you, it's a great one. Well, the appraisal came back in $20,000 over our contract price. So, and then it ended up being, it's a really, really structurally sound, great home, newer home, and had a tenant there within the week. So, again, instant equity, break even, and cash flow right there off the bat. It was a solid deal for his first time. So again, it was kind of like two things. I'm representing the seller. We had a number of challenges and we overcame them. And then even on the buyer side, it took a couple of months to find the right property. And when it did, it really paid off. So I'm really pleased to help my clients. And I left a link here just so that if you ever were wondering about what other clients are saying that might not make it to the Bigger Pockets platform, it's right there at har.com. Well, as you know, real estate is not a get rich quick scheme. There is a lot of time and effort behind all of that. I think people make it look to be really easy when it's not. And I think there's a lot of misinformation out there thinking that this is really for everybody. Where I do think that it's accessible to everybody, I don't think it's going to be fitting everybody's needs and with their goals. So you need to assess your risk tolerance, what you feel comfortable with. You need to determine your situation. Um, look at your finances. Um, how educated are you on this topic? What strategy you want to go on to? So I think that exploring all facets of real estate investing in that strategy that you're most interested in, you may pivot, once you're kind of going down that path. I've done it. I've helped other people and other investors kind of pivot on their path because they go, whoop, that actually didn't turn out to be as the path that I really thought it was going to be, and the numbers aren't really working out that way. So we'll go to this strategy instead. Um, and so I think that you really have to be more self-aware. Um, I am flexible if you are flexible. And if it's just not your time to pull the trigger, I think that, taking that time to educate yourself, network within the groups, get your real estate agent, get your lender, get your hard money lender, get your team compiled. And whenever you're ready, you're going to be ready. So I think that taking action is going to get you more towards your goals. So, you can learn everything you want to, but you really need to step forward and move on and move forward in life too. So, um, I am not a financial advisor and I'm not an attorney. So everything that we work with, just know that the decisions are solely on you. But I am here as a bounce board here that you can always talk to me about creative strategies, other strategies, things that maybe I haven't thought of, or some things that maybe I'll just throw out there and see if it sticks. But that's what I'm here for. And not just the basic, run of the mill real estate transactions or anything. So I'm really here for anything you need. Well, this was just a very, very short, brief synopsis of my experience in real estate. And I hope to highlight the major points. Of course, there's a lot of details and a lot of discussions yet to be made, and a lot of conversations to be had. But I hope that this helped break the ice and seeing that if we might be a good fit to work together. I look forward to hearing from you. My contact information is listed on the screen. That's my direct telephone number. So text me anytime. I'll give you a call back as soon as I can, but I'm always available through text. My email is right there as well. It all goes to my phone. So either mode works for me. I look forward to hearing from you soon. And thanks for tuning in.